Hi Aquarius, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius means Ellen DeGeneres. No, it doesn't. But it means Vattumannen. And I always say my Ellen DeGeneres people out there because she is an Aquarius and I just love her. So, I'm a bit weird. I'm Swedish, by the way, and I will use some Swedish words here and there where I feel like maybe the English needs some explanation for my Swedish audience. So, I will just dive right in. And I will tell you, I'm sorry that I'm a bit late with these messages. I'm just a tiny bit sorry. With these messages because I've been feeling a bit crappy for a couple of days, and I think it was due to what I'm about to tell you guys. We're still in Leo season and I'm a Leo, and Leo season is really fast, has a fast forward movement energy, and if you're not up to speed with that, like if you're not in alignment with that, you're gonna feel it in your body, and I sort of wasn't. I was really falling behind and I started to get headaches. I was dizzy to the point where I couldn't walk straight. And I really felt it in my body. But then, and also I don't get too much sleep at night still with having a little one. So that didn't help. But just, trying really hard to rest where I can and take power naps where I can and get some sleep where I can and meditate and just, drink more water. It just put me back on track really in no time. So I believe it's what we call ascension symptoms. I'm not heavy into the labeling, but if you're feeling like similar, like what I'm talking about, why I'm drawn to talking to you guys about it, then if you want to, Google ascension symptoms and see if it resonates with you. Otherwise, I'm just trying to yes, I'm feeling a bit off, and I'm not trying to find it's because it's no, it's because I'm resisting something right now. That feels way better to me because then I can change it. So, Aquarius, and by the way, we just moved into full moon in Aquarius, so you might have felt it a bit more. That is the moon is in your sign. Okay, let's see what this is about. This is the bottom line. The basic energy. Face your fears. Let's see what that is about. And then we have friendship, nurture your relationships. I'm doing 3 cards at the same time now because I did 2 and always a bonus card wanted to follow, so I just figured I'd just do 3. And instead of just doing 1 and 1, I turned them up straight away to it gives me a bit of a story instead. And the 3rd card out is opportunity knocks, and it says go for it. So starting with the basic energy, release the power of fear. What is that about? I feel if it has spilled over, if it has bled into something physical, then take whatever applies for you. Because like I said in another reading, I said back in the day when I did more one-on-ones on the telephone, there was this person who had huge trouble with a coworker, and that person really annoyed her and really was really crappy to her, and she was like, how can I stop this bullying? Why is that going on? How can I defend myself against that? And then we explored a bit around her, what's going on in her life right now, and she was really, basically, I feel a bit like an asshole. I feel a bit I don't know, I really don't like what I see in the mirror right now. I sort of don't like my body. It's like, I don't know, I tend to talk very negatively to myself in my head. And so, ta-da, like she was a match in heaven to this coworker. Then you keep talking to yourself like that, and eventually that's gonna manifest into a actual person on the outside then that now comes and says you're ugly. I mean, they didn't say that to her face like that, but it wasn't far off. But it feels like so much worse if somebody else will walk up to you and say you have horrible thighs. You have you're ugly. Like that feels so much worse than if I have the right to say that I'm ugly. I have the right to stand in the mirror and say you look really, like just saying you look really tired. If somebody else came up to you and said, hey, you look really tired, that's not fun to hear. But that self-negative talk, like she was a match excuse me, to the outside world to attract that sort of person, and that sort of, that's how far it had gone with her on her own thoughts, that it manifested into an actual person now starting to bully her for even from the outside. But she was already doing it from the inside. So where do I want to go with this? It feels like when I say this is about you, I don't feel like this is about relationship. I don't feel like it's about work. I don't feel like it's about your body or finances or anything like that. But of course, eventually everything is going to turn up on the outside. Everything is going to manifest the way you keep thinking, the way you keep talking to yourself, talking to others, thinking about others. That will manifest eventually on the outside. So if it has manifested, then take whatever applies in your life, whatever resonates with you now that I'm talking about this. So face your fears, and you're sort of blindfolded. So I feel like it's something that you sort of don't really want to look at it. You don't really want to take a closer look to what this is, or like what's going on. And I feel like that is within you, because you're moving, like you're moving on, you're moving ahead, you're moving into new places, new dimensions, new energy. And it's like you're standing with one foot in the old and one foot in the new, and you're sort of deciding whether to, like, should I do it or not? And like I said, if that is, should I go ahead with a relationship? Should I go ahead and quit my job? Should I go ahead and move to that place? Whatever that is for you, of course that can also be true in your life. But I mean, that is just a consequence. That is just a manifestation that will happen based on what you're doing and you're feeling right now. And I feel like you have one foot in the old and one foot in the new, and you are afraid to take that full step, to take both feet into the new. Something is keeping you in the old, and something is keeping you in the old ways, the old patterns, the old safety, because that's what it feels like. It feels safe there. That's what you know. You don't know anything else until you tried it, until you lived it, and until you recognize it. And since you're blindfolded, I mean, it's not easy to change something that you can't see. And I feel like you don't want to see. But there's so much power behind it. There's so much forward movement. And there you see all the moons here, like it's just a never-ending stream of moons. So maybe with the full moon and the new moon and the full moon and the new, like every cycle, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So you will eventually move. Like you will be kicking and screaming, going to a new house, going into that relationship, do like whatever. I mean, it's not a good thing to get into anything if you're really not ready for it. Of course not. But I feel like the stream is moving, like the energy, the train is coming, the train is going, whether you like it or not, because that the energy you have sort of you created this energy ever since birth, and you cannot stop that energy. It's like you just can't stop it. So whether you get on the train and you get with the speed, or you're off the train and it's going to hurt you, it's going to hit you. I don't mean to drag you down in any way here. I mean, I'm here to lift you up. I'm here to give you inspiration. I'm just saying the reason why you probably feel a bit stuck, a bit like you can't get it moving. You're doing things, you're meeting people, you're whatever you're doing, like it's not that. It's not like you're sitting on your ass at home and doing nothing. You're doing stuff, but still you have the feeling that it's not going anywhere. And this is why. Like, it's because I feel like you don't take your blindfold off and sort of face your fears, sort of see what's there. You know, it's a good thing to learn. It's a good thing to learn about yourself. It's a good thing to discover new sides about yourself, whether good or whether bad. If it's bad, then you can fix them. If it's good, awesome. So it's a good place to be in, and you have started to feel in your body. Maybe you're. That's why I started talking about ascension symptoms, maybe, because you have started to feel like you're not catching up with who you are, because you're standing with one foot in the old and one foot in the new. Then, with this card coming up next to friendships, I feel like you have a longing for like more nurturing friendships, more like close friendships, where you can really let your guard down. And if you're having trouble to let your guard down, if you're having trouble to want to see really what's going on, like really how you can move forward and how you can let go of some of the old stuff, it's not really easy to form those close, tight bonds with somebody else, because you're not that close and tight with yourself to start with. But it's opening up now. It's like going from blue to purple to gold. So this is it's almost like an ascension process. This is like it's a progress. First we're completely blue. We're completely new and cold, and like completely naive. Maybe a bit arrogant even, like I know everything about everything, or I don't know anything about anything. Like a very, very childlike place to be. And then we're opening up, like spiritually. We're opening up, we're starting to move ahead, we're starting to get something. We're starting to understand that maybe we don't know everything. And we're starting to understand also that maybe we do know more things than we have let ourselves believe that we know. And eventually we move into the golden era, the era that we're heading into now, a new era, wink wink, that we're heading into now. I feel like you're a bit of all of them. Like all of them. You're really, like, you can sometimes during the day be here, and then sometimes during the day you're actually here. So I get it why you feel a bit all over the place, because one part of yourself is really evolved. It's really has really understood what it's all about. And then another part sort of doesn't want to see. And so it's a bit tough to change because you don't want to see. I can assure you nothing of that magnitude or that bad will come up and hit you in the face. It just won't. You just think it will, but if you let those blindfolds off, you will see, like you will understand there's nothing to be afraid of. Then opportunity knocks, go for it. Here comes the inspiration. Here's the, take that foot with you into the new. Take that next step, because you have nothing to fear, and you will only find goodies and more friends and deeper connections and a deeper understanding of yourself. And whatever you're leaving behind is fine. You're fine, they're fine, it's fine. And it says opportunity knocks. So there's something new waiting for you. Okay? I feel like that was a full message today, so I'm not going to go into the extended reading here. basically just be with yourself and see what comes up, and be with yourself and see what comes up, and be with yourself and see what comes up, and the rest will take care of itself. You truly, truly, truly have nothing to fear but fear itself, and that you have put on yourself, and you can let it go. So an opportunity knocks. Go for it. Go for it, Aquarius. Go for it, Ellen. Okay, I hope this helps, at least some of you. And sorry there's no extended, I just don't feel it, and then I won't push it. And please subscribe if you haven't, and share it with your friends if you want to. And I hope to see you back next week. Take care. Bye.